Hello, guys and gals, me Mutahar, and welcome to another episode of the podcast. We've got a lovely recording of me and Kyle this fine weekend. With the other guys are a little unavailable for a bit, and there's been things that have popped up in life. But me and Kyle are here. We're sort of like the grandparents at this point, so let's continue to be grandparents. That's a weird fucking intro, Kyle. God damn it.
Why is it weird?
I don't know, man.
No,
I just aged like.
no. We're the adults of the group, all right?
Are we really though? Are we really? Because our
Yeah,
search history begs to fucking. Our search history contradicts it all.
Hey, search history does not dictate your age.
Oh yeah. Oh, it does not fucking dictate your age.
Muda, age is just a number.
Oh yeah, dude. Especially now. But today, me and Kyle had an interesting topic idea. One that was about the term gamer. Oh boy. So we've been reading a lot of shit on the internet, and we've been like just coming across. You know, it's lately been widely considered that like everyone in the mainstream media definitely likes to come up with the term gamers, or likes to like I don't know. Everyone takes it like it's some badge of honor nowadays, and I just don't really get it. You know, what started off as a hobby, what started off as kids really just playing with toys back when we were, kids, when we would come home and load up Sonic the Hedgehogs.
It's almost like its own. It is its own culture. Let's get that out of the way now. Gaming is its own culture. However, yes. I will say right now, it's kind of become clicky in a way.
Oh, dude, this exactly. So basically, for argument's sake over here, is that, we were, for us, we came home and we played Sonic the Hedgehogs and Marios, and we played Pokemans when we were out walking around and shit, right, on our Game Boys. And that was us growing up. That was literally what we did. We were playing with fucking toys. And I don't think until the 360 PlayStation 3 era of consoles hit that the clickiness started to form up, where people were, I guess it's like,
fair, the reason for that forming at that time too was because of the quote unquote Xbox PlayStation war.
Every time you say that, I want to make sure when I grow up, I lie so heavily to my potential children or your children about this massive war back in the PS3 360 days when battles were waged and lines were fucking drawn.
But that's just it. Like, that's when it started. Like, that's when I started hearing people be like, oh, I got Xbox, I'm fucking cool. Dude, PlayStation is better. It has the better single player exclusives. And then I'm in the middle. I'm actually not even in the middle. I'm like fucking about 10 years back, still on my PlayStation 2 being like, wait, what?
Man, I back in the day when the console war was happening, like I used to see it a lot, like even into high school, where people were like fucking drawing lines upon,
exactly
PlayStation 3. I was like, dude, I don't fucking get it. It's a plastic box, motherfucker. I have fun playing it, dude. If you think Xbox is shit, guess what? It might be shit to you, but I'm still playing Halo 3 on it every day, motherfucker. I don't give a shit. And they're like, you're right. That's when cliques were formed, right? That's when people were
exactly. That is 100. I will 100% say, that is when it started, because you never heard back in the day. Well, you kind of did, but it was to a way lesser extent back when it was just Sony and Nintendo.
I think the argument on that too is that there was also way less people playing video games back then. Like,
now,
gaming is so popular.
Ever since the 360 era, when not even really when the Wii U came around, I would probably say when the Switch hit and the success that the Switch has been, we have evolved into having three different cliques. You got the Nintendo fanboys, which have always been there, but now they're more vocal because they actually have a console they can get behind.
Well, you also have you have PlayStation, you have PC fanboys. Like, it's fucking crazy how retarded it's gotten. But you also have fanboys of like fucking game franchises, at this point, that are like fucking going, like, people fight on the internet to like the end of a forum threat count about what battle royale is better. Like, it's gotten fucking retarded. But the thing that we wanted to sort of get up with over here, obviously gaming's gotten way more popular. Like, people are getting into it, but now it's like you have to be almost like this specific type of gamer. Like, there's like this weird elitism that is almost kicked up too. Like, we've had this happen over the last 3-4 years as well. Like, me, Kyle, we play a lot of different games. Like,
Yep.
for example, I might stream Siege and everything, but like there are points in my life where I'll be heavily into certain game franchises. And like 2 years ago, there was I think it's 2 years now, we had this Dark Souls race amongst our
Yep.
friends, right? So Dark Souls, for a lot of you who don't know, is a big game. Like, it's a game that has prided itself on being a difficult but fair title, a game that has prided itself on being very lore driven, and it's got its own distinct style. We
To
call
be
it,
fair,
the
like
Soulsborne.
fans of the game, they consider it the measuring mark. If you're a real gamer, quote unquote, you can beat it.
Yeah.
If you're a fake gamer, you ain't gonna be able to beat it.
Yeah, so we had a friend at the time, right, who was like, man, there's two types of people, there's two types of gamers, those that can beat Dark Souls and those that they can't. So he had like this clique where in order to be a real gamer, you had to beat fucking Dark Souls. Now, eventually, we got so fucking tired of hearing it that we started posting copies of the game that we purchased. So, like, one would buy the PlayStation 3 version of Dark Souls. I'd be
Yep.
like, here's my Xbox 360 version of it. Fuck it,
And I
let's
went
do it,
with
motherfucker.
PC.
Yeah. So we went with all of our versions. We're like, we're gonna fucking beat this game. So we fire up and like they turn it into a race. I didn't give a shit about the race. I was like, I'm just gonna play this game and I'm gonna play through all of them. So we played through Dark Souls 1. I think it took us, what was it, like a week and a half to finish it? Like we finished it quick, right? Like we went into
I
it.
think it took me a little bit longer, but yeah, it took. I would probably say grand total. Me, I think it took about 2 weeks to beat.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah,
we
it wasn't long.
So we beat the game. We beat the game with different builds, different everything. We did it. We fucking won the Dark Souls. We became quote unquote real true gamers or whatever the fuck that
Yep.
means.
And you want to know what? Ever since then, we have beaten Dark Souls 2. We've beaten Bloodborne. We've beaten Dark Souls 3.
Hell yeah.
You've beaten Neo.
I've beaten Neo and Demon Souls. So I've beaten these fucking games. I've done it. And at the end of all of it, I think when people click themselves, they forget what it means to actually have fun kind of playing video games. Because I didn't give a shit about the clickiness. I was like, I'm just going to play these games. I love the Dark Souls games. Like, I
Yes.
love getting into them. They are fun fucking times. There's so many build types you can do. There's so many ways you can fight a boss. There's so many ways you can lead down to attrition. There's so many ways you can summon, combine summons, lead down different story paths. Like, there's a lot to these games that
But
I think,
remember, Muda, summoning shouldn't be
that's
allowed.
another thing. Apparently summoning wasn't allowed because it's like a bitch move way to play it, even though like if NPC summons are part of a game, you should be.
And on
just
top
totally
of
allowed
that,
to
they
do it.
have
Fuck it.
lore implications.
Yeah, exactly. Like you have to
So
do
it
them
makes
sometimes.
sense to summon them.
Right. Because, they're required, like not required, but they're ideal to have during a fight because it's certain atmosphere you're building up. You get the point, right? But regardless, I beat these games, I enjoyed them, and I liked all of them. Like, I like anything in that variety. Even Neo, which wasn't related into the From Software lore or anything of the sort, I enjoyed that game a lot. And I enjoy them because it takes me back to when I was a kid and I had, like, these NES, SNES games that were like 6 levels long and they were padding it out with difficulty, except over
Yep.
here it's not so much padding it out, it's that they've got interesting stories, they've got interesting gameplay to them. Neo, for instance, actually adds a whole loot mechanic onto it as well. It is a fun title to play. But the problem when you get into this clickiness is when people think that you have to do this, they play the game fucking once, they never touch it again, so now they don't even enjoy the game, they're just doing it to fucking do it. So at that point, you're not really fucking playing a video game, you're just trying to appeal to everyone. You're literally falling into fucking peer pressure. You don't care, you're just doing it. All right, you're doing it to
Yep.
be part of something that really it's sad and pathetic that you have to do it to be part of something. All right, just fucking play the game, shut the fuck up about it and enjoy it. And then The problem that I have over here is like, oh yeah, I played Dark Souls. How dare Muda play something like Call of Duty or something a little more casualized later on? Motherfucker, fuck you. I'm gonna play whatever the fuck I feel like it. Because you want to know why? I enjoy it. Simple as that. Okay. If I want to play fucking Astrobots on the PlayStation VR and then fucking Silent Hill 2 the very next hour, I will fucking do it. I will do it at the same time. I will hold 2 controllers in my hand, motherfucker, and I will play both those games in 2 times. I will hack the PSVR so I have one game into one eye, one game into the other eye. You get what I mean? I don't need a fucking click to tell me what I can and cannot play or what makes me a fucking gamer. I'm not really just a gamer. I'm a ordinary fucking gamer, ladies and gentlemen. Short
Okay,
plug there.
so here's the deal. What exactly is a gamer? Is a mobile gamer a gamer?
I would say, yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
What you have to kind of look at here is what makes a gamer a gamer. Okay, if you're playing Candy Crush, you're not really a gamer. I wouldn't consider Candy Crush to be a gamer type thing.
I mean, it's like a puzzle game you play on the shitter, yeah.
If you're going to be a gamer, I am of the personal belief that the games that you play have to have some sort. It doesn't matter how small or basic it is.
Okay, but the
they have
thing
to have
about
some
it is,
sort of story to it.
Okay, that's where I differ. I think if you're playing Candy Crush, yes, you are a gamer, because Candy Crush, while yes, it doesn't have a story to it, I would say that Candy Crush has, an element of gameplay that is of its own. Like, it's a puzzle game, so if all you do is play puzzle games, right? Like, it could be Candy Crush, it could be Portal 2.
Well, that's just it. There are puzzle games out there that have stories to them.
Right.
An embarrassing one to fucking name right now that I've played is Hoonie Pop. It is a puzzle game, but there is a story to it.
You're just dating lolies in that game, dude.
They're not lolies, all right?
Bro, I feel the FBI outside your door right now. I mean, I can't deny. One of my favorite games was like Honey Game Studio.
Like, legitimately, though, like, games like that, puzzle games, there are games out there that have stories.
I think it's best to say like games that have, I guess, some merit of being video games, not like, I consider Candy Crush and a lot of that stuff to be trash pumped out by Activision and King Studios,
correct.
Just, for no reason.
But
I mean,
like, okay, so if I had to, so if you're let's say you're a purveyor of shitty games, you're still a gamer. Sure, you're playing really shitty games, but if that's what gets your rocks off when you're playing fucking games is playing just horribly malformed and just terrible games, more power to you.
I love fucking terrible games. Holy shit, dude. I go to a flea market like every weekend for no other reason than to see what the fuck they're trying to peddle to you for shitty
like
prices.
The bootleg shit?
No, not just bootleg stuff, like finding games like Mindjack. Like, it's shit. The person selling it is like, they know it's shit. They'll tell you the game you're buying is shitty, and I'm like, oh, I know, trust me. I want it because it's shit. I have physical copies of a lot of terrible, awful games. Like games that you wouldn't even use in a fucking torture cell type games. Like fucking Mindjack. But yeah. Yeah.
So when it comes down to it, I guess I consider a gamer to be a person who plays stuff that is story driven, or at the very least.
Would you consider like a high level Tetris player to also be a gamer though? I mean, that game doesn't have a story, but there's some fucking skill.
Actually, there is a story.
Is there? Is there? What the fuck?
There is
a story to tell. What is it?
I know there's a story. I don't remember. It wasn't the original Tetris. It was one of them that came after, but there was a storyline to it, and I guess it's considered canon.
That is something. My God.
I didn't know that until last year. It actually blew my mind.
What the fuck is this? I bet you it's
like,
a more cohesive story.
If we think about it, Alien Invaders, very old game. There's a story there.
Right.
Donkey Kong, the original Donkey Kong with Mario trying to go up the ladders.
That dude just wanted to clap some princess cheeks,
Exactly. There's a story to games. It
Right.
doesn't matter how simple of a game it
I don't
is.
know. I kind of differ on that. I think anybody that plays a video game should just be. I think the term gamer is become toxic nowadays. If you ask me, like,
I 100%
I
agree with
I
you there.
I don't know. There's so many people that are clicky nowadays, and like, there's so many people that like to throw out the term like fake or real gamer. It's like, bro, if you play a video, I don't care what the fuck you play. If you just play something and you're having fun, FUN. I think that's what it comes down to. That's why like I don't like collaborating with anybody that has this sort of like aura when they play a video game to them. Like, I don't
Oh,
know.
so you mean basically any YouTuber ever?
Well, like, okay, let me put it into a more specific category real quick. So let's assume that the game that I want to talk about is like Divinity Original Sin 2, for instance, right?
Yes. Yep.
Divinity Original Sin 2 is a computer role playing game. It's isometric. It's like it harkens back to those good old days, right? Now I've been
Yes.
playing CRPGs for a big part of my life, all right? Like when I was a younger kid, this is all my computer was able to run. Shit like Baldur's Gate, shit like, fucking I guess Knights of the Old Republic is considered a CRPG, even though I've never really fucking touched that game.
It is. Yep.
Um games of that nature, the original Fallout games, all that kind of stuff. But like when you deal with gamers nowadays who I guess play that for the first fucking time and develop this aura of superiority, which I have dealt with, it's so fucking annoying. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to bother with it. I don't want to play with it. And it's those kind of people that I consider so fucking toxic to this medium that it just almost puts me away from playing a video game for a fair bit of time. Like Divinity Original Sin 2, it's like, you want to play a game, fucking play a game, all right? Don't consider yourself God's gift to the world because you beat some hard game or whatever out there.
I mean, to
You're
be
not.
fair, that same issue actually pervasives into a lot of things, like anime, for instance. You and Amaru sat down and watched Attack on Titan. Here in the
Yeah, yeah.
States, Attack on Titan is so overly popular, and people are so fucking just over the moon about it. It's so fucking hyped up. They literally put it on this pedestal that can't be beat. And just seeing people doing that, I'm just like, I don't want to watch it. Are you kidding me? There's no way. What you have told me, there's no way that what I'm expecting it to be will ever live up to what it actually is
I don't know,
after
man.
you've hyped it up that hard.
It's also the idea. It's like, man, if you want to get into something, you have to be a fan. You have to love it this specific way. It's like, no, that shouldn't be how
No,
this thing is run,
no,
dude. That is
that
so just gone out there. And like, we've dealt with those kind of people all over last year and then the year before, 26. I'd say 2015 and onwards. That it's gotten kind of
2015 is
tiring.
where it really started, yeah.
Yeah,
And if you think
2015.
about it, 2015 is also where a lot of YouTubers, a lot of your current gaming YouTubers got their start. Roughly maybe 2014 even, but
Yeah.
2015 is where a lot of your gaming YouTubers got started. And one thing you will notice with the gaming community is a lot of their opinions on games do come not from themselves, not from them playing the game. It comes from hearing other people saying what the game is.
Oh, I fucking hate that so fucking much. Especially nowadays. Like, you got these people who are like, man, this old game, like, fucking one of the best games out there, right? Like, let's assume that, I don't know,
Like
Kingdom Hearts 2,
let's
right?
use no, let's use well yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2.
Okay, yeah.
That's a perfect example.
So, Kingdom Hearts 2 is one of those games that I've been told is like the PS2's fucking god tier game. Like, fucking Metal Gear Solid 3, garbage in comparison to Kingdom Hearts 2, okay? Fucking the Jax here, garbage in comparison. Sly, get the fuck out of here, you furry. That's what they would say, right? Not
Yep.
that I'm against, fucking anything like that, but you get the point. Kingdom Hearts 2, where it's at. Now, Kingdom Hearts 2, I don't understand. There's people who fucking praise this game, and I'll get to it in real bit. There's people who praise the game and I haven't even fucking played it, and I hate that argument. It's like, you have PCSX2, an emulator for PS2. You have computers nowadays. Fucking grandma's toaster nowadays could emulate PS2 games at native resolutions and stuff. You haven't even fucking played the game, but you're gonna suck its dick off. And then, like, I sit down and I try to play it, right? I'm not a huge fan of Kingdom Hearts 2, right? I actually think Kingdom Hearts 1 or
Is
the chain of memories is a tad superior to 2. I feel that Kingdom Hearts 2 is a game that's 70% filler, with all the Disney stuff,
yep.
and towards the moment when you get to the end, when the game actually uses its own lore and mythos, is a lot better than when the Disney stuff gets sort of shoehorned in. I have that argument to give on my stance. And for the most part, people are okay with that. People are like, okay, Muda's opinion is fine. But there's people who are like, well, this motherfucker is wrong. He hasn't
Yep.
he doesn't understand. Well, here's the thing. I've played the games. I've given them, I've spent my money. I've bought them on PS4. I've played them. For the most part, I have had a pretty positive time. I wouldn't sit down and play through multiple games if I wasn't having some element of fun. You know what I mean? I could easily stop and switch to a franchise that I was enjoying more.
That's
I've done
better.
it. Exactly. But then the thing that I have is like, you've got people who defend it, who cover it, who basically hear the opinions from a top 10 list or a review they heard like 6 years ago and parrot the opinions. So now you got people basically shoehorning, hyping a game up or considering a game as god, or you have to play it when they even haven't touched it themselves, right? Like you've got people who, in my opinion, if you're going to throw out the word fake gamer, that's where the term should be tossed to. And I hate using that term, but like, if you're going to be that kind of guy or gal that just hypes something up without ever even touching it, when you have no fucking excuse, like you can play literally any PS2, any GameCube game on an emulator nowadays, and it'll run. You can get that experience. You can experience it. It takes what, 15 hours of your fucking time? All right, if you can't separate 15 hours of your time into a hobby that you claim is the greatest hobby in the world, guess what?
You're not a real gamer.
Maybe you're just in here to have some fucking identity that's really not even an identity in the first place. It's just people playing a fucking video game. If I watch a bunch of movies, which I do, this is a field I work in. Do I consider myself a fucking movie buff or a movie aficionado or some elitist? No. I enjoy movies. I can watch a shitty movie. I can watch a good movie. I can watch a popcorn movie. One of my favorite movies is Strange Days, a movie that is a cyberpunk. I watched it with Kyle. It's a dark, gritty sci-fi movie from back in the day. Wasn't exactly a hyper popular or make the fucking box office, but it's a cult classic. I can enjoy movies that force me to think, but I also enjoy movies like, the Marvel movies or any action popcorn movie out there, because I don't put myself in the elitist mentality, and I figure that if I want to be something true to this hobby of mine, I have to do things in a specific way, or I can enjoy this or I can't enjoy that. That bullshit needs to be fucking eradicated. That's terrible. That happens to music as well. You can enjoy musical pieces from like 20 years ago. You can enjoy current music. You can enjoy whatever the fuck you want. If you enjoy it, all the power to you. Don't fucking form a clique.
I will totally say that I am actually guilty.
I understand. I understand.
I very much am more of a classic rocks guy. Def Leppard, Led Zeppelin, Queen, all those people from like the 70s and 80s, and a few from the 90s. And
Yeah.
I will admit I music shame. I have music shame people.
Terrible, man. Music shaming.
Now that I've actually thought about it, like now that we're actually talking about it here, like yeah, you shouldn't shame a person just because they're fucking what gets their rocks off is Candy Crush.
Yeah, I mean, I'm one of those people that is like, for me, a hobby should be considered a hobby. It shouldn't be considered some badge for you to fucking wear, okay? Dude, you're playing video games, all right? You're not fucking curing cancer, homie. You're not fucking you're not some fucking political party that holds like fucking stance over the world. No, dude, you're playing video games, okay? Yep. Dude, back in the day when I used to look at fucking a blue hedgehog running past my screen, I didn't fucking finger myself saying, man, I'm fucking way better than everyone, or this is something that only true people can do. No, it's a blue fucking head. It's a fat plumber eating a flower, shooting fireballs out of his fucking hand. And if you say that out really loudly, I guarantee you'll think exactly like I do. It just doesn't make any sense, dude. I don't get it. Dude, you don't feel guilty just because you play Dark Souls and then you load up Black Ops 4 in like the next hour. I've done it. It's happened. Okay, you're not fake. Don't worry what people fucking tell you. Anything that I hear in today's gaming media trends, whether it be on Twitch or some YouTube gaming fucking video or some bullshit like that, is null and void at this point in time. There are people that are level headed and down to earth, but I'm starting to see so many of these little cliques forming, so many of these little fucking territories forming right now that it's almost become a war zone when you step into any discussion of video gaming or anything, or people call you out for enjoying what the fuck you want. Like, dude, it's 2019. Do whatever the fuck you want, homie. Have fun. It's your life, buddy. I support it. All that good stuff.
Also, I this is actually a plea to everybody. I'm talking to everybody watching this video right now. Can we please stop? Speaking of Dark Souls, can we please stop?
Sekiro's coming out from software.
Can we please stop comparing everything to Dark Souls? Anything that has some modicum of difficulty, please stop comparing it to Dark Souls.
I hate that shit so much.
Oh my god, reviewer. It pisses me off. Oh, Cuphead, the Dark Souls of platformers. Okay, fuck you.
Assassin's Creed Origins.
That is lazy writing. Dude, if you're a journalist and that's your fucking opener, you are a lazy writer.
Dude, back when AC Origins was coming out, I swear I read the combat system reminiscent of Dark Souls. Motherfucker, how?
I saw that fucking article. I saw that.
Dude, you swipe a sword. What do you mean it's reminiscent? What the fuck? What is Shinobi reminiscent of fucking Dark Souls? What the fuck, man? When I whack a dildo at somebody in GTA San Andreas, what did fucking From Software rip off Rockstar there? What the hell happened, dude?
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, reminiscent of Dark Souls because of its magic.
Arma 3, reminiscent, the Dark Souls of tactical shooters. Oh my fucking god, dude.
Like, I legitimately, I actually probably hate that more than I hate people being called gamers or like gamer girl or anything like that. That is probably my number one most hated term in the industry is Dark Souls like.
Oh, dude, this game is, it's like okay, I get it. You've heard it on the internet. You've read the memes. Dark Souls is a hard game. Oh yeah, it is. Until you figure out how to defeat a boss in the exact same way, then it's not so fucking hard anymore. But what's worse is that, yeah, it's the only conception they have. Dude, I have more respect for your gaming publication if you said, yeah, it's hard. It reminds me of the old school Contra days, you know, back when we didn't fucking, or when we didn't use the 30 life code. Yeah. Reminds me of those days, I would say. It's like Mario Lost Levels hard. You know, something actually difficult. Something like, well, I mean, something difficult that a long-term gamer could look at and be like, okay, it seems like the gaming publication gave a shit. You know, it seems like IGN gave a crap over there. It seems like Kotaku gave a shit that day. Instead of saying something was Dark Souls. Man, Dark Souls 2. Very Dark Souls. Like, come on, man. All right. Like, Jesus Christ.
Other than Dark Souls, like, what is your most hated gaming term?
No, my most hated gaming term is literally like the whole, like, I hate it as much as I hate people who fight about like Xbox One and PS4 in 2018. I don't fucking understand that shit even nowadays. Like console wars nowadays, bro. I don't understand it. Like, I guess I've gotten way older. Maybe it's because I've used every single system now.
To be fair, though, to an extent, and I'm not saying this as like you're being bad, but you do participate in a small bit, just because of the fact that yes, you do own both consoles. Okay.
Yeah.
But whenever you get a game, you're always like, why would I get a game? Because you have the Xbox One X.
Well, yeah, but like, that's me being fucking logical.
Well, no, and I understand that, but you're always like, why would I get a game on the inferior system?
Well, okay. when I say
And when you
inferior
say
system,
it like,
yeah.
when you say it
All right.
like that,
Okay, but like, all right, look, not to dog on my PS4 Pro. We've had tons of awesome nights together in bed, okay? I've made love to its Ethernet cord many, many fucking times. But, all right, if I got a 1X, why the fuck would I get the exact same game for the system that's like not as fluid? You know, I mean, I'm hooking it up to a big TV, man. It's got to be sharp. I got to give them both love, all right? God damn it. All right, when Death Stranding comes out, yeah, Xbox, you shut the fuck up. PS4 Pro, let's get back in bed, baby. You know what I mean? All right,
wow,
God
you heard it
damn.
here first, folks. Buddha is not
I am not a monogamous bastard when it comes to my dude. How can I? If you're a monogamous fuck when you're playing your video games, you know how many like fucking consoles, like exclusives you miss out on, like shit like that. Like if I was only a PlayStation gamer, dude, I'd miss out on the Forza Horizon series. I'd miss out on my boys, the Gears of War. I'd probably be missing out on Halo 5, which I wouldn't fucking mind because that game was terrible. Halo Infinite, yeah. We'll see how that one turns out. But, you know, when you're not... Here's the thing, all right? You can't even say monogamy. Okay, when you're monogamous in the gaming sense, all right, it restricts you. It's good to be a gaming slut, I would say, when it comes to your consoles or your PC choices. If you can afford to be a slut, be a fucking slut. Dude, be a total whore.
Now, Muda,
fucking gangbang yourself with systems.
Muda,
I don't give a shit.
consoles know how much you cheat on them with your PC?
Dude, they're connected to the same router. They fucking know which one's active. They fucking know it.
They're just sitting there. They're like, okay, my name's getting called. Good luck.
Switch cries itself to sleep when I'm not playing Smash on it. PlayStation fired up. Now they make noises when they fire up.
Your Switch got its lovin' when you were playing Octopath.
Oh, dude, that game was fucking great. Legend of Zelda, man, that was a sleeper hit out of nowhere.
Dude, your Switch got its time.
Now my Switch got its time, dude.
It's used parts.
Yeah, my Switch will get its time more when Fire Emblem hits, when Metroid comes. Hell yeah, dude. I
forgot Metroid was coming out still.
Well, it's fucking... It's called announcing it like 6 years in advance. I mean, I'm glad that it's fucking gonna come, but Jesus, Nintendo, goddamn. You know how painful it is? Every direct, fucking Reggie comes out of the treehouse. Smash? No, Reggie, I'm glad Smash exists. I'm happy Ridley's in the fucking game, but goddamn, brother, show me something about Prime 4, man. Give a boy his Prime 4, damn it.
You know, I will say, I remember when we were watching last year, and we were watching the Nintendo one, and it was just me and you. Nobody else was on at the time. And we're like, okay, they're gonna announce something big, and they get through a bunch of like smaller things, and then they get into Smash, and I'm like, oh, okay.
That whole presentation,
it keeps going and going. They spent like an hour and a half just on Smash,
dude. It was literally
it was the end. It was the end of the Nintendo Expo, and I'm like, wait, where the fuck's my Pokemon game, motherfucker?
Nah, dude, it wasn't even an E3. It was like
all Smash. It was all Smash, and it pissed me off.
It was the Smash patch notes hour.
It was. Remember that? Oh,
it's like if Ubisoft does the Siege finals and like an hour of it is just reading fucking Wind Bastion's patch notes. It's like, well, we're gonna be fixing. Like, god damn, dude.
Can you I remember that because it was like, Captain Falcon has a 0.5 second reduction in his Falco punch.
Yeah.
Like it was so stupid, and it made me want to fucking die.
I was sitting like, this would be a great presentation if you did it at like Evo or something, where people are actually comp Smash players, not fucking just general Smash players. God damn.
Honestly, that was a bigger letdown for me than the Diablo Immortals announcement.
Oh my god. Diablo Immortal, I didn't even fucking know. I don't even care about it. I'm like, it's a fucking mobile game. Of course they're gonna make Diablo 4. Fuck it. It's Blizzard run by Activision. What the fuck do you expect? Alright, really? Realistically. Come on now, people.
Dude. Diablo 3 is on Season 16. It's still going strong.
It's gonna be Season 55 before we get a fucking 4 announcement, I'm pretty sure.
Right?
Pretty sure.
That's what I'm saying. I'm pretty much at the point where I'm like, okay,
I still say that Backlash wouldn't have an issue if they just had like 4 lines, like fucking like rolling down at the end of that Immortal trailer, and it was just like a fucking Diablo 4 announcement
just
somewhere
like it's
somehow.
just like there's in very small text, P.S. Diablo 4 is coming, bitches.
It's kind of like the exact opposite of, and I think we'll end it on this. I think it's the exact opposite of the Gears of War 5 reveal. You want to know how that went at E3?
I don't remember that one.
So Microsoft showcased like these Funko Pop versions of the Gears characters fighting, and it was a mobile game, right?
Yep.
Then they showed some XCOM version of Gears of War on the PC, and then people were still like, what the fuck? And then it faded into like gameplay of Gears of War 5, like walking around, all the violence, visceral action, and then they just said Gears 5. Yeah, it's coming out, motherfuckers. That's how you do a reveal. It's like if Halo showed a mobile game. It's like, yeah, that would suck, but then they showed the Infinite reveal afterwards, so it's like, oh, okay, a main game is coming. Congrats. Not fucking Diablo
That
Immortal.
just reminds me, the biggest moments at these gaming convention type things is when they handle a reveal correctly. Remember when, for example, Valve.
Artifact?
Valve is like the best worst example because of Artifact. How Artifact came on the screen, and then underneath it, a Dota 2 card game, and everyone just was
like,
whoa!
whoa!
And I was just like, oh shit, that was not the reaction they were expecting.
Dude, they were just gone. There was like somebody in the crowd who was like, God fucking damn it, why'd you do this to me, Valve? What the fuck?
But then there's other companies that have handled their reveals so well that like the entire place just erupts. It's like a fucking riot because people have been waiting for this game, or stuff like that. And they're genuinely great moments.
Oh yeah.
But why can't these companies just go back in time, look at that, and be like, okay, let's do that?
I don't know how you can like run a reveal and like have that happen to you, and just for a second, an hour before reveal, say this is gonna go fucking great. No, it's not.
Remember
Just
the Fallout
the
76 reveal?
Oh yeah. Oh,
I remember
God.
that because nobody said a word. I was expecting either yeah or I was expecting
Boo.
Oh, but it was dead silent, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. And then they did the right thing by announcing Elder Scrolls 6. And that got everybody fucking pumped.
It also helped that Todd Howard, like, fucking at least kind of knows that he's a fucking hell of a bastard when it comes to these games. Yeah, I know we released Skyrim on everything. Oh, yeah, I bet you know. But I think for now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end off on this. I think we had a pretty decent episode between both of us.
Boy.
Think we stood it. So if you like what you saw, ladies and gentlemen, please like, comment, and subscribe. Sub to Kyle's channel for sure. We're gonna end it over here. We're 37 minutes out.
Muda is so sweet to me. By the way, guys, I do not do videos anymore. I do streams. I'm purely streaming.
He streams
I'm on YouTube.
He streams on Cam Soda as well.